This is my new dash cam. I'll figure out later what to do with the cable. So what's funny is that it's still here, even though it's pretty hot, right? And that's why I put my hat in here and I covered my tablets, because the sun shines this way, everything gets very hot. And now I'm just cleaning my truck. Look at this, that's not good. No, of course that's not. But I tried the tested the alignment right on the way from the shop, and I really don't like it when they don't tell you what they did. You know, they didn't even make any notes. The alignment guys that Kenworth hires, like, they just charge me money. I don't know, but it does feel a bit better. But jeez, but now I'm empty, right? Just with the trailer. And so I drove back and I thought it was okay, but we'll see. So basically getting ready to the trip, so the alignment is done more or less, right? The PTO is fixed. Now I have more power. The guy gave me more PSI. The tires are changed. The only thing now I still want to do, I didn't have time for the ramps, right? I really want to reinforce these parts in here, just install extra 5 or 3 millimeter plate, because that's where all the damage happens. And I might need to buy some extra boards. So it took me 2.5 days, but I did find a good load, even though now it seems pretty quiet. So I was looking in Canada, like, you know, in Ontario, going to US, not that many loads. There were some loads like far away in Thunder Bay, Ontario, which sounds like, hey, it's the same province, right? How bad can it be? But if you remember, I went to that Thunder Bay before, and it's 900 miles. The town is called over there Pigeon River. Pigeon River, Ontario. It's Highway 61. It goes into Minnesota. And on the US side, it's called Grand Portage, Minnesota, I believe. So that's pretty far, you know, that part of Ontario. How many boots I have now? Right, I like these cats, by the way. Very nice boots, and these are getting old and ugly. My cowboy boots that I got in Nebraska, I think. So anyway, so oh yeah, what I wanted to do was I need to sweep the floor because it started to get sticky, and I try not to get inside with my shoes on. Of course, sometimes you just have to do it. Okay, I still have my filters in here, and the restriction is still okay, so I didn't use them, you know. But soon I'm doing a grease. I think now I'm at 100. Wait, 100. I think now I'm at 44,000 kilometers, about 27,000 miles, and yeah, I see all this stuff flies in here. Jeez. And so now I'm at yeah, 27,000 miles, 44,000 K, and according to my paperwork, I need to do, I'll get some C. That's my protein bars for tomorrow. So I need to do my grease at 48,000 kilometers, which is another 4,000 K. And so I booked a load, surprisingly, from the same Thunder Bay. Because there was nothing else anyway, you know. And I'll be going to Houston and the load is, you saw me do them before, from Baltimore, those ugly heavy machines, yellow in color. So it's a Caterpillar, and the short word most people used to describe them is scoop, you know, or scoop tram. But anyways, it's that ugly thing that has a bucket in the front. Basically it's a loader, and you sit sideways, right? You remember I was complaining about these. They were difficult to load by yourself, especially when you never operated them before. And this thing, the listing said 11 feet 9 inches wide. I said, what's the model name? Because his listings had nothing. And the guy says, okay, give me a second. He says Caterpillar R 1700G. And I'm like, wait a second, that sounds familiar. So I go to my channel. Well, I found it first on Ritchie Brothers Specs, right? But then I went to my channel, and I'm telling you, quite a few times already I used up my channel for my own research, because you know, sometimes you don't remember what it did, because I already moved so many loads. And these videos help me because I can kind of like freshen up my you know, my skills, because I can watch my videos and I often I showed you guys how I'm securing everything, right? And so this saves a lot of time for myself as well, because let's say now I watched a couple of those videos. I think I did like 3 or 4 of these back when I had a Mac and a Kaufman. And I checked the specs, so this machine, it's not that low, but that's why I said I might need to buy some boards, some of those 2-inch, like they say they're 2x4, but of course they're realistically they're like 1.5 inches, like, you know, Home Depot. And yeah, so I watched my video and I saw that machine, exactly the same 1700G, and no way it was 11 feet 9 inches. See, that just shows you that these brokers, quite often, they have no clue. The weight, even the weight, I remember, I think it was 87 or 89,000 pounds, but it's not 90, but it's close. But the size, okay, hold on, I bought some spring water and I bought some distilled water. I want to use spring water for drinking if I have anything left, and I want to use distilled water for washing my floor. See, that's what happens when you don't have running water. It's extreme hardship. So you have to buy these. And so yeah, so that machine is about 88,000 pounds, and I like heavy stuff. Pays good money. I didn't even have to argue with the guy too bad, because it's not that easy for him to find a truck like mine, you know. Okay, how do we do this without pouring water all over myself? Alright. Probably somewhere like this. And so yeah, it's gonna be about 9 feet wide, I'm thinking. 9 feet wide. But heavy. And very... what the... and very very short. I like this thing because it swivels, you know? See? Except it's not very durable. And so the plan is, today's what, Friday, right? I wanted to leave Tuesday, but I started looking Wednesday, nothing for Thursday, right? Then Thursday I was looking for Friday, nothing. And then finally Friday, of course I found it today, so I cannot load 900 miles away on the same day, right? So I said to the guy, okay, so let's do it Monday. It's 900 miles. I can be there Monday. What? This thing is just falling apart. And so, if you remember, I did a load to Texas that was going in bond. Right, it was very difficult to find somebody because I don't have my own bond, but then I found a guy in Washington State that provides this service for a fee, and he was real happy how I took care of the bond, because you know you have to remember to cancel it, and then you have to send him a copy with a stamp, and then I have to cancel it again on my end, you know. And so he was pretty impressed, and then I asked him, said, can we work again? And he said, definitely. And so now this machine goes from Thunder Bay, Ontario to Houston, and the first thing, of course, I knew that something was well, kind of suspicious, because Houston, it's a port, right? And if it goes to the port, chances are it goes in bond. And so I asked the guy, I said, do I need a bond? And the guy says, yeah. I said, can I use your bond? Because I don't have my own bond. Oh, well, no. Our company doesn't allow us to use bonds for outside carriers. You know? So I called this guy. I called the guy and I said, hey, I worked with you before, remember, with that load to, I was going to the border with Mexico. Can you help me out again? The guy said, oh yeah, I remember, okay. So just send me the info, like where it's going, because he has to be sure that it's, you know, It's not like a yard in the middle of nowhere. It has to be approved by customs. And I said, hey, it's a port in Houston, international port. And so I sent him all the paperwork, but so far I didn't hear from him. Okay, it was already Friday, so probably he'll take care of it Monday, Tuesday, but it's all approved. Like, at least I know that he will get me the bond. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, oops. The only thing I am worried about is the how to load this thing, you know. But I watched those videos of mine when I had the Kaufman, and the clearance doesn't look that bad, you know. It's not as bad as that aircraft carrier that I couldn't load, you know. So I think we should be okay. Now, of course, the trick is, how do I think I'll have to leave it outside, you know. I keep it in my car. Like, how do you get it dry, you know? If I lock it in my car, it'll be wet. Be wet for a month. This thing is not very reliable, but you see, it does work. Oh, by the way, one thing I wanted to mention is that, as I suspected, so Kenworth has the same issues with production as see, everything is made in China, as other carriers. You're like, why is it so? Yeah, I asked him to tighten this, and they said, yeah, the hardware was loose, but see, like, who makes it like this? Yes, and this time I'm complaining because when I get really tired of this, I'm gonna go to my favorite exhaust shop and see if they can give me a horizontal pipe. Okay, I don't care what everybody thinks, but I'm okay with the vertical exhaust. This is my first truck with the exhaust on the side, but I just don't like this stuff, you know, this noise. Anyway, so we're gonna leave this here. I think you just have to remember to remove it from the truck in the morning. I'm gonna leave it like this. Okay, cool. And then I'll wait till the floors are dry. And so yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna start driving and load Monday, and hopefully deliver at the end of the week, next week. Oh, I even washed the trailer. Beautiful. So I used only 2 bottles. Yeah, cool. So this will be for the trip. And so that's the update. basically this part I'll just buy more baby wipes. They work very nice for this, and just clean up this part. And then yeah, I'm gonna wash the truck. Now I'll be driving empty, so if I see a truck wash somewhere, I'm gonna wash everything. And I'll be driving like this with 7 axles down, because I'll be using all axles when I'm in Thunder Bay. So I'll just raise axle 7, and I will have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 down when running empty. Okay, so thanks for watching. We got a load.